Hey folks, well, it's been a while after that miserable display versus the Sabres. We needed to lick our wounds a little bit. Big win versus the Capitals, though Matthews still chasing 60. We're going to break it all right down for you here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach, that's Katie, and I'm the Diva. We're here to talk all things Leafs. Listen, before we get started, just want to remind you that we always thank our special sponsor, Jeffrey Fulton, Renaissance Man, real estate agent to the stars. Get moving, folks. He'll take care of all your real estate needs. All right, so KD, we saw a pretty awful outing last Tuesday versus the Sabres. Then the Buds had quite a nice rebound game versus the Caps. What'd you see? What's going on?
Well, so far the Leafs are 1-3-1 when I'm in the building. Very disappointing. Kind of extra double disappointing when, my lineup was Phoenix, Buffalo twice, and Columbus. You'd assume there'd be a couple more W's, but it is what it is. Happy with the second game. They came back, played great against Washington. And I think a week or two back, Devo, you asked who we wanted to play in the playoffs. Well, clearly the team we want to play in the playoffs is Washington. Like they outskilled them, they outspeed them. Their D cannot handle any speed. And it's unfortunate Leafs have left points on the table, or we'd be potentially talking about this matchup in the first round of the playoffs, and we're not. So maybe it'll be an opportunity to exercise demons against Boston. But I'm liking the way they step up against teams that are tough and that are playoff caliber. We need to clean up, I think, a little bit going forward, but I think it's looking good.
Yeah, it's a great point. Can't beat the Dogs. Coach, what's happening?
Fortunately, there are no dogs in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Hey, guys, what a whirlwind 8 days for me. Fantastic. 2-1 in games I was at in the past 8 days.
Sorry, Scotty, I brought your number down.
Yeah, I figured we might cancel each other out, maybe get an overtime loss in there or something.
It worked the last time versus Columbus.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, we had a subscriber meetup. We had Doug and his son Bear join us pre-game here. There's a picture of us. He was our contest winner. What a great guy. He's a coach, too. Fantastic. Yeah. Love to see those coaches with a no-nonsense attitude towards parents. That's pretty good. Jeffrey was there, too. You can see him there. So what a great time. Thanks for arranging that, fellas. And my son Peter was there, too. Yeah. Here's the seats we had. We had great seats. You guys are just a section over, I think. And here's me and Pete. Got the thumbs up there pre-game. Pete is doing his part. He's contributing to our Mrs. Coach and I, our retirement fund by not getting any haircuts. So that's good. It's not spending money there. But hey, great couple of games. I mean, the Buffalo game, we're so fast, great on the forecheck, pressure the other team all the time, right? I've seen it in person a bunch just recently, except Buffalo. For some reason, we didn't have anything going against Buffalo. But it was terrific to get it back against Washington. They could not handle our speed. They can't. Do they look like they're limping in. But, all in all, we got a really good record since the All-Star break, since the trade deadline for sure, and in March. So let's keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, that's a great point, Coach. It's obviously very easy to look at the negative, especially when you're getting beaten badly by really, really bad teams. I don't really want to talk about the Sabres game, but you have heard me talk about their dismal record versus non-playoff teams. Look, if they had just a modicum of a better record against some of those teams, they'd be a lock for first place right now. So that's a little bit frustrating. They looked really good against the Capitals, and like the recent games against Boston, when they play those sort of bigger teams, those experienced teams, they seem to skate circles around them. I mean, I would even throw Florida in there too, at least the first half of that last Florida game. That's good to see, because let's remember, the only teams that make the playoffs are playoff caliber teams, and the Leafs are absolutely dominating them. It's a different season in the postseason, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's been good to see. I see that Muzzin's out of the lineup tonight. More crucially, it looks like he's going to miss some more time. That's certainly a concern. But let's maybe talk about what we need to do in order to shore up home ice, at least for the first round of the playoffs. Coach, what do they need to do?
Yeah, there's a couple things. First off, modicum. Is that one of those things you put at the end of a text, like the eggplant or the smiley face? Is that what that is? That is some solid. I mean, you're taking it next level here, Devo. So
please tell me you're not sending the eggplant out.
What? That's my go-to. Okay. I put it out on the Tinder all the time.
Right.
So, all right. So I'm going to leave goaltending because goaltending is obvious. We got to get a guy not hurt, not dinged up, and on a roll. But
right.
Forwards, we just got to get healthy, stay healthy. We're mostly healthy. And we talked about our depth and our speed. Huge asset. Mikheyev is rolling. Engvall is playing his best hockey since he's been a Leaf. Kerfoot's flying. Nylander's skating hard, and getting free. Blackwell's going good too. We got all kinds of speed, right? And Kasha is practicing again. They're taking it real easy with him because it was another concussion. I was at that game in Nashville. It didn't seem like much, but that's what happens, right? It snowballs. So the forwards just got to stay healthy because that's how we're going to win. We're going to wear guys down, playing their end. But you mentioned Muzzin. Jake Muzzin has to get healthy because this thing against – I'm going to show you 4 seconds of tape against the Capitals. This can't cut it. Okay, so here it is, the 10-minute mark, the second period. The blue circle is Muzzin. The red circle is John Carlson. 4 seconds later, Carlson scores. The puck's going out of the zone. Brody just chipped it out. Carlson's the guy in the red circle. Well, he gathers it, and you can see he turns back around. He's getting speed, right? He's going downhill towards our net. The blue circle is where Muzzin should be. Where is Jake Muzzin? You know where he is. He's just gliding. Guys, you see this in beer league all the time. You have to get up in the play so that you could back up at his speed and not back into your goalie. Muzzin's just coasting, and so you look a second later, look at this gap. It's a huge gap. In the bigger picture here, we're 3-on-4. We're in really good shape here. It's our 4 to their 3. But Muzzin, he has this gap, and he can't back in because he'll be on Campbell. So what does he do? He stops. Carlson's going pretty much full speed, and Muzzin stops. This is an all-or-nothing poke check. And as you'll see 1 second later, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Because, he goes in. By the time he scores, he's 10 feet from Muzzin. Something's not right with Muzzin, guys. And if you look at the way last season went, when he went out of the Columbus playoff 2 years ago, we were in trouble. Montreal got hurt, we were in real trouble. He's a big-time playoff performer when he's right. He's not right. So fortunately, we have some depth, but man, we'd like to have that guy because he's the rugged kind of guy you need in the playoffs. He's not right. So Devo, what do we need to do? Got to get him right.
Yeah, it's a great call. That's a great call and good analysis there. KD, what do you think?
Well, just a bunch of little tweaks. I think last year going into the playoffs the special teams weren't great. So far this year, the special teams have been fantastic. However, there have been a couple little trends recently that you hope they clear up. On the power play, it has become the Austin Matthews show. Like, they are looking to set him up to score. I don't think they're not firing when they can, and they're looking really to get him those numbers. So I'd love to see Matthews score, get up to 60 sooner than later, get over 60, then they can forget about it and go back to playing kind of normal power play, where they're all taking chances and all shooting. I think, which I do think will happen, but we like to see them to get that point, and obviously we like to see 60. And then on the PK, we've loved the PK. It's given us entertainment this year, lots of goals, and it's good. It's being a little bit too aggressive in their zone. There's a time and a place to be aggressive and to move out and to take a rush, and they're doing that. They're doing that part great, but they're getting out of position and looking for that break too early in their own zone. You have to remember when you're on the penalty kill, they have the advantage. I think sometimes it almost feels like they have the advantage all the time, and they don't. You do not want to give up a couple power play goals against in a playoff game. You can lose it that way. So I'd like for them to be a little bit more stout in their own end. Those are little tweaks, but we'd like to focus on those the next couple weeks so that we have everything move in the right direction as we move into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good call. All right, folks. Well, this is when we lay it on the line. You know this what we do. We're going to make some predictions here. Leafs are in Ottawa, Battle of Ontario, tonight to take on the Senators. Also note that we've got game against the Islanders and the Flyers in the near horizon as well. KD, let's start with you. What's going to happen?
The Senators, Toronto, I guess Matthews plays the center as well. I'm not sure if the Leafs always do. It is nice to get a road, I guess a home game on the road. You go to Ottawa and, the lower bowl will be all Leaf fans. The blue and white will be there. So that'll be great. And the Sens are feeling pretty good. I think they've won a couple games now. Anton Forsberg stole the game against Boston. Boston poured 42 against them and, they won 3-2. So, I think they're going to get their shots and going to get their chances. We just hope we get playoff intensity Leafs, ones with the power play working and they can get up on the Sens and then close it out. The next game is going to be tricky on a back-to-back. The Islanders are back playing Islander hockey. They were devastated with injuries and COVID this year, but they are getting their mojo back right now. They have really good goaltending, and they're really stout. So that will be a hard back-to-back. I'd love to say Leafs are going to win. Hopefully they step up because it's against a good team. But the second game will be tricky. Absolutely.
That's a good point. Coach?
Full of good points today, Kev. All right. So Shalgren plays against Ottawa. Ottawa does play us tough. I like DJ Smith. Always liked him. He was actually played on the same team as our goalie here, a beer league goalie, Ron Vogel, with Windsor way back when. Not good enough to get me tickets when I'm in town, but it's another story. I am calling. Oh, and so now the right side with Muzzin out, right, is Lyubushkin, Hall, Liljegren. Don't mind that at all. So I'm calling a 4-3 win, and I think Matthews gets 1, and then I think he gets 60 the next night against the Islanders. The Islanders are going to be tough. One more prediction. We're going to see that stupid picture of Tavares when they call him Pajama Boy. He's not wearing Leaf pajamas. It's sheets. It's the sheets and the bed and the pillow cover. They aren't pajamas. You call him Pajama Boy all you want, but it was Leaf sheets. Just want to be accurate here on the Ozone.
Okay. Well done. Way to set the record straight. Listen, the Sens are on what we might call for them a little bit of a heater. They got a couple wins, beating the Wings and the Bruins. It's got to end, though, no? I mean, this team shouldn't be a three in a row kind of team. I think the Leafs flat out suck against bad teams, but Matthews tends to go off against Ottawa and has a history of some big fireworks versus this team. So, could he do it again? I'm saying yes. I'm calling a 6-4 win. 34 gets 60 in the nation's capital. And the blue and white in attendance go crazy. I'm concerned about the Islanders game. I'm not going to predict it. I don't want anyone getting hurt against that team, and they like to throw their weight around. I'm going to be at the game against the Flyers next Tuesday, and I think the Leafs are going to blow them out in a track meet because
do not bring Kev
defense in that game.
Do not bring Kev. You need a win.
I might be
okay.
banned. I'm banned.
Well, there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know about your buds, we've got you covered. We love having you here, right here on the OZone.